Good morning, punters. PV here from Racecourse Capital. A little bit behind the eight ball this morning. How many times did it take me to get here to the studio today, Ty?
Well, I think there was a couple involved.
Yeah, it's at least three.
Got to the traffic lights, turned round.
Yeah.
Got the old phone, eh?
Oh, forgot the phone, forgot the notes, forgot fucking everything. Well, if I could start the car without the keys, I probably would have forgotten the keys too, mate. It's been one of those mornings. How are you, buddy? Good morning.
Oh, I'm good, mate. How you going?
Good. Welcome to a beautiful morning here in
Spectacular, isn't it?
on the Gold Coast. You just come back from Melbourne, mate. How was Melbourne?
Very nice. The weather is just up and down. You just don't know what's going to happen with that place, do you?
No,
Wearing jumpers in the morning, scorching at 37 degrees at
absolutely.
night.
That's
6
why.
o'clock at night and 37 or whatever the fuck it was.
That's why Crowded House made that song 4 seasons in one day.
Oh my god.
Eh? So we're coming on a Saturday morning, mate, not a Friday evening, and we are proudly, unofficially supported by
McCafe.
McCafe, McDonald's coffee. Thank you very much. We've traded the alcohol for the caffeine to get us going this morning because
Much needed today. Whew.
a bit tired, buddy.
Oh, mate, have a holiday and you need a holiday after a holiday.
How was the flight, mate? Good.
And then I came home and then was in work traffic on the way home, sitting in that, bumper to bumper.
good
Then
was
drove to
that?
Brisbane to pick up the boss man. Oh, man.
Speaking of the boss man, he's around here
He's
somewhere.
around here somewhere. Oh, there he is, just watching
There he
you
is.
closely, sniffing you.
Yeah, he is, mate. The old site foreman. I know, ready to bark when I'm not doing something right. So, yeah, it's all pretty good. Cracking day, though.
Absolutely spectacular.
Cracking day, which will give us some really good racing up at the farm today in Brisbane, which should be pretty bloody good.
Yep.
Shall we kick off?
We should.
Now, if you were tuning in last week, you know I set a very small homework task for Ty to find us a joke. So, Ty.
It was so small that I forgot the task altogether. Went on a holiday, come home, and yeah.
All right. Well, you're lucky that I prepared and I've got one as a backup for you. I hope I haven't told you this one. But what do you call a lesbian with braces?
Braces.
Hmm.
I try to work these out, but I'm never going to do it.
Oh, you might. One day you might. So you're not sure?
No, I'm not sure.
A box cutter. I'm sorry.
Do you go on it? Do you go home and Google search and
I've
find
got
website? Is there websites that do this?
No, I've got a few little pages I follow on Instagram, and it's just as I go to sleep of a night time, and I'm just scrolling through, and I'm like, oh, that's a good gem. I'll pop that away for a little bit later on, eh?
Oh, well, I might fucking remember to do one next week.
Well, maybe. Look, don't hurt yourself. We'll see how we go, right?
I won't push it too hard.
Right. Let's get into our normal viewers program. We've got 5 tracks. Excuse me. A little bit of it.
Ooh,
It's not a loogie, just a little bit of a frog in the throat. We just have to get it out there. 5 tracks, 2 races per track, free tips, our thoughts. How did we go last week, mate?
We had 4, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We had a few good ones in there, yeah.
A little bit down from the week before where we just destroyed
We
it.
destroyed
But
it.
we are finding you winners with our thoughts, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we've got Eagle Farm out of Brisbane today, the trusty old Morph out of Adelaide, Ascot again out of Perth, Randwick coming out of Sydney, and Racing HQ in Victoria, Flemington. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
With 2 races down there. Where would you like to start this morning, sir?
I reckon we go to Morph.
All right, let's go to Morph.
Race 1. Morph.
Morpheville Race 1. Interesting race, this one.
Yeah, there's not much to go on, is there?
No, not a lot to go
0.
on, but there's one that's sort of really standing out to me. And Spotlights is where I'm all about for Todd in the first at Morpheville on Spotlights, currently sitting about the $3.20. First up, debuting, but based on the research and the reading that I did around it, I actually quite like everything about this horse. And I think putting a top SA jockey on the back is only strengthening it. And as we've watched the screen, it's just on the old Kenny Calendar dial in, half a turn in now into $3. So the market's certainly looking to support that as well.
Beautiful. Yeah, look, not much to go on.
Sounds like you're looking at something else.
I'm looking at Mesrol. There you say that. Mesrol.
Yeah, Mesrol. 4 reasons of
So, because I couldn't watch the jump outs, I couldn't even watch the jump outs of your selection and
No.
the stablemate.
It's worth the read. Read.
I read. I like to see that. You like to see them.
Let me guess.
Just
You
do
you
something.
used to go to the servos to buy the magazines for the pictures, mate. Hey?
That's it. Look, apparently it led and won a jump out, and it's from a pretty strong stable in SA. $90,000 horse. I think your selection was a similar price, $100,000 horse. Sort of start looking at the prices of the horses, and they're not going to spend a lot of money on a horse they think is going to be a dud. So I just thought Mesraw, $4.60 currently. It's had a little bit of support. Gate 4, it led and won a trial, so I'm assuming it's going to be pushed forward from gate forward. I think that's probably an advantageous position for Morphettville Park's horse.
Advantageous.
Yeah, bigger word for me, isn't it? I don't always understand the words that come out of my
It's a
mouth.
share of the morning, mate.
No.
I know you're an early bird, mate. You're up at the crack of dawn.
I was up at 4, up at 4.
Have you guys got mates that wake the roosters? This bloke right here, mate.
I actually couldn't even get out of my sleeping pattern on holiday. I was still awake at 4 and 4:30, just looking at the roof.
It's like, oh yeah,
everyone else is asleep, and I'm like, oh, this is fucking nice.
Look at
Went to
this.
bed late and waking up really fucking early.
There we go.
Anyway,
all right, Mesraw on the first at Morphettville on a good 9 race program, and that's where you're going. So we're going to take each other on in the first. I like it.
All
right, race number 2. Race number 2. I'm sure we've all got. Sure, we've all got one of these. Another interesting race is probably one or two that sort of really stand out to me. But as I said, we've all got one of these, perhaps from kindergarten, primary school, high school, movies. It's got to be a sentimental flame, doesn't it? It's got to be a sentimental flame. I just liked the fact that this is resuming, and its last prep was just devastating.
Yeah.
Absolutely devastating. So happy to give it a go again. It's gone away. It's had a spell. And it's come back ready and warmed up. It's got some really good breeding, and I think it's going to debut with a nice win today, at a good price at the moment. Sure, it'll shorten.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. It's already come in from 4s. So. I think yours is really hard to beat. I've gone for a couple at odds. Yeah, I think yours is probably the hardest to beat. Global Turn's very hard to beat as well, but.
Fuck, I'd love free beer to come in.
Well, I was just about to say, it's something that we'd all like.
Damn straight, mate.
Free beer is one of my value selections. Nice little 2 kilo claim. First up run was behind Miss Sutley, which is an ex-Victorian horse from memory. Not a bad race to come out of, and that was 1,100 meters, and I just think that was just too short for this horse. Getting out another few hundred meters, I think, will suit.
Yep.
Gate 3 with that claim, $9.50 currently, free beer. What a name. The other one at odds that I thought was probably a bit unlucky was Angelic Appeal at $9.50 as well.
With the old calamari.
Calamari's on. Gate 4, it was a long way back last start, and you could just see it come around the corner. It was just sort of like, oh, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? And then when it had a bit of space, it really wasn't enough to get going early enough. So I think it should get a much better run today, barring any sort of bad luck. I think at $9.50, I think it should be the improver in this race. But a very open race, I thought. But I thought yours was the hardest to beat, Sentimental Flame, based on the horses that ran around last preparation.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. Thanks
so
for those kind words of encouragement.
That's what I do, mate. So there you go, a couple at $9.50.
Very nice. I do follow another page, and they talk about nicknames, and one just sprung to mind because I looked at the first and it was Dyer, but it was kind of representative of what I'm about to say. So they said that they get these people that sort of text in or send messages in about nicknames, and this guy said we used to have a guy called Dwyer. So they used to call him Tumble. And then one of the guys said, I thought you were going to say Barb Dwyer, Anyway, it's such the little things that fucking amuse me.
That's a very Aussie thing to do, isn't it? To change words that sound similar. Or it's probably English as well, isn't it? Yeah, funny.
It is, mate. It is. I love like nicknames. I call him a bald man curly. It's like calling me skinny. Like, you know what I mean? It just does. It's just a play on words. Right, where are we off to now?
Go on, let's go to the west.
Go west. Who sung that?
Fuck if I know.
Life is peaceful there. Go west. There's two really weird people, and I can't think of the names, but they used to dress up really weird in their video clips.
What year?
Oh, we're talking. I'd have to say late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
if you know, please send
it
in.
rings a bell. The way
Yeah.
you sang that, it rings a bell.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
I can't.
No, I was quite good with the vocals of this the other morning. Just all fucking-
clear the throat a little bit.
it's all happening this morning. All right, so we're off to the west. Ascot, another beautiful day out in Perth. Race number 1.
Do you go around it? What do you do?
No, I don't go. I'm not going around it. I'm sticking with it. I am the man of forgiveness, and I am the man of multiple chances. And I can't seem to get away from that. So, Birdie Eagle was a little bit disappointing last start. Compared to the run before that, where it got up and won very well, got the job done nicely, and I was very happy with that. Came out, place 6. I think from memory, it just got boxed and held up, and was never in the race in the last 300, and it just shed a little tear because it had a little bit on it, but that's okay. So today we're going to stick with it, and it comes up against some other stronger, good horses, shall I say? You know, I look at Bristol Morty, that's overs at 12 for what it can do, but I just think, Bonjoy very, very hard to beat. But if anyone's going to beat it, it's going to be Birdie Eagle, currently at about the $10 mark.
Beautiful. Love value plays.
I do love value plays, and I love 3rd, 4th, and 5th chances.
Hey, the moment you get off it, the fucking thing
That's
will
what
win.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Every time.
You got to stick with it.
2 out of the same race I'm going for. Featherweight.
Yep.
Big finish. Nice 2 kilo claim into 56 kilos. Had a nice finish.
You're about the featherweight.
Featherweight.
You're about the featherweight class at the moment, mate. You've
bit heavy for the featherweight. But it's,
stripped down in the years that I've known you, mate. You used to be.
Yeah, I was probably.
You were.
Probably 5 kilos heavier, maybe.
Is that all?
That's all.
So featherweight's one of them. Yep.
Featherweight, $4.20.
Sorry, I'm
2 kilo claim.
distracting
Yeah,
you,
really. I was just trying to remember back in the day.
God.
I thought that was like decent. I'll just come in a little bit from $5.50 into $4.20. So there's been a bit of movement for it.
Lovely.
One you mentioned. The other one I want to go with is Bruce Almighty. Same race.
Wasn't that a Jim Carrey movie?
It was. Very good one. Very good movie too. I like the way this horse, it finished alongside featherweight, but then after the line, it was more impressive than featherweight. So Bruce Almighty at $12, I think is, like you mentioned, is over the odds.
Yeah, nothing like leaving your best to win till the race is finished after the line.
That's it. So I think it's got improvement, basically. I think it'll improve into today. Gate 1, hopefully it doesn't get any traffic issues, but I think it can have a nice little run. We don't normally get to leader. Gate 1 might try and lead or maybe sit behind. Interesting to see. But yeah, I think featherweight and Bruce Almighty are nice bets outside of, obviously they've got to beat Bonjoy, who's in his very good form.
He's very
going
good form.
for 4 wins in a row. You can't argue with that. But $1.75, I cannot jump on that at all. So there you go.
Fantastic. All right, race 1 in the west.
Race
Just
2.
out of the way. Let's move on to race number 2. Yes. I reckon this is going to be a bit of a mixed bag race.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Second guessing yourself there, mate?
No, not so much. I wouldn't be surprised if something big won, but where I am going with is the top weight with a small kilo claim, $3.60, Angels Impact.
Angels Impact.
I just think the
runs on the board, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think looking at the race, I've got to go on the form that's on paper and the results that have been put in the kitty. And I just think, look, its last prep was good. It had 2 quick races, then spelled, resumed, with a third placing, and I just think the fitness, it's now getting to understand what its job is, and I think it's gonna go pretty hard.
Be very hard to beat.
But
Ooh,
I'm gonna give you a little roughie.
Oh,
You might want to go a little bit each way. I think like a winner.
Hey.
At $20 is a good little each way play.
ooh.
Just a
Some
little.
Form One's in behind Big Shots, and
Yeah.
Form One's is Angels Impact. There you go.
Yeah, so it's one that's come out. It's had 2 runs, gone then straight back to the paddock, and I think from there and the way that they brought it back and getting ready, I think this campaign's the one that they're sort of going to push for and go for and get some results on the board. And I think like a winner could feature very strongly today, and yeah, I think it's a very good each way play.
Big price, nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, this race, pretty open. Look, there's a lot of debutantes here as well, so you never know.
Did you ever go to a debutante ball?
No, that's
Accompany a lady to a debutante ball?
That's a very country thing, isn't it? Debutante.
No, it's a very civilized, I think, higher class
Oh dear.
thing.
That's maybe
When
why
you go to
maybe why I didn't.
When you go to a deb, because it's, I think, for history, I'm probably completely off key with this, but I think it's almost like debuting the age of a girl becoming a woman
Oh, okay.
at a ball, and you have a partner and you dance and all sort of stuff. I never went to one either, but
No, I didn't. Can't say.
so,
I.
anyway, sorry.
There you go. We went off track there, but okay,
those
what are we up
ones.
to? I'm going to go with Bustling and Jackpot Bingo.
Jesus, I'll tell you what, I was
Nearly on it, weren't you?
I was all about it, and then I just haven't.
I like the trial win.
Yep.
For Bustling, gate 4. I really like that. $5.50. I like the price. Jackpot Bingo is the other one, $9. This horse has a lot of the same tie-ins. Angels Impact beat it in its debut run by nearly 2.5 lengths. But it was not a furnished product by any means. It wasn't doing a lot of things right in its racing. So I think it's come back. It was in the same trial as Bustling.
Yep.
And I thought its late work was quite good,
Mm-hmm.
suggesting that it can run on quite strongly if they go fast up front. So I think Bustling from gate 4, that's a good bet at $5.50, and I think Jackpot Bingo could be the one at nice odds.
No worries.
Storm over the top.
Sounds good.
There you go.
All right. That's the West done. Where would you like to go next, being a man?
Bris Vegas.
Oh, fucking Bris Vegas, eh? All right. Good for today here in Queensland. The sun is out. The skies are blue. The water's wet. Women have secrets. It's all the stuff. Do you know where that movie's from? Name the movie?
No.
No. Sky's blue. Water's wet. Women have secrets. Classic movie.
What is it?
Bruce Willis. Last Boy Scout.
Oh, right.
Anyway.
Renee would probably know that. She loves Bruce Willis.
How good's Bruce?
Brucey.
Brucey. Woo. All right, race number one. I just couldn't touch the favourite, so I've gone around it. It's something that I think has got every possibility out of the shotgun barrier. Enterprise Defence, sitting at a $3.20 chance. Back-to-back third placings. Jimmy Orman on the back. I mean, if it's ever going to do it, today's the day. Boom. Get it done, son. Get in there.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, so Enterprise Defence, I think stepping out in distance is the key. It's already had 2 runs. It got through the line very, very well over 1,200 metres. I think this is a really nice distance for it. Obviously, it's going to be tough to beat the Friedman horse, but they'll both be up on speed, battling it out. So it's really just a matter of which one enjoys the distance more.
Should be pretty quick, I think, too.
So Enterprise Defence, $3.20.
Beautiful. All right. There's nothing else I really want to mention in that race. I just think
No.
it's all about that one. All right. Rock and roll to the second race, please, sir.
This one is close.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And I'm actually going with a young lady that's in a little bit of form at the moment, getting a 1.5 kilo claim, a great win last start, jumping on the back of New Joy. And it's sitting very, very tasty at the moment of $9. And I just think the last couple of races have really showed what it's capable of. And It comes out of barrier 4, should transit very nicely, and I think CJ will put it where it needs to be in the finish. So, yeah, I'm all about New Joy.
Perfect. He's for the girls at $7.50. I really like the way, because this is stepping up to, 1835. Really nice win at 1,600 meters and just kept fucking running after the line. I think this distance will be great for this runner, and I think it can do it again. It does get back, so I don't know how the track will play. Don't know if you have any insights into.
Oh, Eagle Farm's been pretty good, mate. It's been pretty fair. They do tend to sort of drift towards the middle.
Yeah, okay.
Occasionally,
Gate 6 might be all right then.
Yeah, occasionally we'll get up on the fence, but I would, with a good 4 today, I would suggest that they will be coming around that final bend and then looking to peel off.
All right.
And go.
Well, I really like the way this horse won. I think it was really quite a dominant win, and then, like I said, just kept running after the line, suggesting that this distance is perfect. That's at $7.50. He's for the girls, and the blowout chance is Been All Over.
Been All Over.
The Jim Byrne on $17. I think this horse is ready to win. Last start, very, very close second on a heavy track behind Tavistorum. I just think, sometimes look at a horse and it sort of just grinds away in the finish, and you think, I think it'll be much better over that further distance. It'll have a little bit more spring in the step after a longer distance. So I think that's what's going to be the difference for this horse. It also come off a win before that on a good track, so it's going from a heavy back onto a good, which I think is a positive. It'll be up on the speed, so it shouldn't be too far away from the front, which is normally a positive in general. And I think at $17, it seems way over the odds to me. I was very, very close with going with New Joy, because I think New Joy will get a really nice run. I'm going to go for he's for the girls and Been All Over.
I like him.
There you go.
Thank you. All right, Eagle Farm is done. We are moving on to...
What do you reckon, Sydney or...
Well, it's your choice, mate. I'll let you direct. You're in the driver's seat.
Let's go to Flemington.
Oh, goodness me. It's not where I would have thought you were going to go. I thought you like to always leave Melbourne to last. All right, races 4 and 6 at the wonderful, beautiful Flemington. Good 4 down there. You've been in Melbourne. It's been hot all week, so the track will be in absolute pristine condition. Didn't want to touch the favourite of the $1.90. However, saying that it will be extremely strong and hard to beat. But I'm actually going to follow the Snowden runner, and something that I like to try and do on the weekends is a little bit of drifting.
You're that fucker that I hear down the road.
What? No, mate, honestly, I'm that fucker that probably puts it straight in the gutter. But anyway, drifting at $4, Snowden horse. Great run last start, winning and just get it done. I think Car on the back is just a sensational little combination, and a little bit of a wider barrier, but I think it easily overcomes that and gets it done.
Yes.
Fucking giddy up, son. Giddy up.
There you go.
Yeah, I just think it's got it all written, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, from a pricing perspective, and also this horse drifting, it sat wide and won dominantly still, on debut. You'd have to imagine it's going to have a lot of improvement, taking into account a wide run mixed with a dominant win. You'd have to imagine if it gets a nice bit of cover and gets out, it's going to have even more significant improvement. You would have to think Jamie Caron, she's going really, really well now. She's really starting to hit her strides with her form, her consistency, which is took a while to come back from a bad fall, but she's coming good.
She's coming good. She had a bad fall. She's recovered. She's just recently got engaged. So, fellas, she's off the market. And life's all going really well for her.
Good on her. So, drifting, $4. I think that's a good bet. I'm going to throw Ruffy in here and Raging for the Greg Urell stable.
Debuting,
had a trial behind, jump out behind, second behind Spywire, who's a nice horse for the Ma stable.
Yep.
I think it's on debut. It hasn't had the runs on the board, but I think it could be, if they just so happen to go too hard up front, it should be sitting right behind the speed from gate 3. Bold Bastille, if that thing brings its best form, it's going to be very, very hard to run down. I just think $1.90, I couldn't really jump on that. It's one of those races where there's too many unknowns to sort of, I don't know, be confident.
Mhm.
Although it does come out of the race which produced the Blue Diamond winner.
Mm.
So it does have the form. Mark Zahra on as well. So just didn't like the price. But I think Drifting will be very, very hard to beat. And I think Raging could be that blowout chance at $18 currently.
I like it. All right, we're going to fast forward a couple of races. Race number 6 today at Flemington. And I've been on this before, and I actually really, really, really like this horse. And it's got my boy on the back. We're going to stick with Magna Spin today at $6.50. Blakey boy on the back. It was very close last start, placing second. It's had a really nice prep this current campaign. And yeah, it's used to running at all the good tracks. It's ready to go. It's a quality horse. It should get a good ride, and
he'll give it every chance.
Every chance.
From gate 4.
Every chance coming down that long straight, mate. It'd be beautiful.
Perfect.
You?
Yeah, I think Magna Spin is it's definitely one of my more one of my more confident plays.
Yep.
To run well. It always runs well. It's,
right. Do you see how he's done that, guys? He's going to compliment Sandwich, his tip, by saying yes, it's a very good chance, and it's a quality horse that will make the numbers up, but won't win.
No,
that's what I'm reading. That's what I'm reading. But because if it was going to win, you would have tipped it.
No, I've tipped it.
Oh, you have tipped it.
Yeah, Magna Spin's one of my more confident plays.
But not the one that you're leading with, though, is it?
No, well, yeah, no. This is probably the best chance out of the ones I've tipped. But I'll tip you. I'll tip you. Come on, I'll finish what I'm saying. I'll finish what I'm saying. My other confident play in this is Fists of Fury. Michael Dion for the Hawks Yard. This runner has got some pretty good form lines.
So what you call those weapons, mate? The Fists of Fury?
Oh, geez, I don't know about. Yeah, they go all right.
Good man. So Michael D on the back.
It's got form lines around Griff, the dad, some horses that have gone and do some very good things. Has a win over Apulia, which is a very nice horse. I think at $16, this runner is way over the odds. I don't know why it's at $16. Michael D, great jockey, is on. So Magna Spin and Fists of Fury, main plays. There's one I want to spec. I don't know why this is at big odds. Aristonus. Did you look into this one at all?
Yeah, yeah.
It's dropping back in distance.
Maybe the bookies are thinking that it's a little early in its prep of being a sure thing.
I really like its form.
Yeah.
Even it's coming back from 2,000 meters, back to the mile. So that race that was won by Floating with Kabosh running in second. Kabosh went to Brisbane and absolutely destroyed them in Brisbane.
Oh my God.
I think it produced some other good form as well. I'd have to go double check, but I think that 88 race actually is quite a high rating race. I think back to the mile, it's got some not bad form lines at the mile. It could be a bit of a blow. It's $14. Jai McNeil on. Aristonus for the Neesham Yard. And she doesn't fuck around. She normally brings horses down when they're pretty good to go. So that could be like a little bit of a spec at $14. I think it's worth a little something. But I think Magna Spin and Fists of Fury are good bets in this race. In quite an open race, I thought.
Oh, I think so too, yeah.
Even though, another wheel at $1.65. It's winning, but it's like $1.65. There's some horses in pretty good form in this race. So, yeah, there you go.
Beautiful. All right, on to our last track, Royal Randwick, coming out of Sydney. Beautiful day in Sydney as well. It's good for around the country, man. How good's that?
How good is that?
All right, race number 3. Tab Highway, mate, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Love a Tab Highway. Love a Tab Highway, and I'm sticking with my boy who seems to always have a fairly okay record in the Tab Highways. Bit juicy at $9.50 at the moment. It is Remember Jack. Remember Jack resuming, seems to run better fresh from what I've read, looking at some of the previous races. And yeah, it's got Nash on the back, mate. And when Nash is on the back, what do you got to lose? Giddy up, son. I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, I really like the trial. the trial, in very slick time, 58 seconds flat. It was pushed a little bit, but not crazy. And I think the booking of Nash sort of suggests it's going to be forward for the run. Wide draw is a little concern. But if I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of speed in this race anyway, so I'm not too concerned. I think he'll be flying home late. Remember Jack. One that has a perfect first up record is Bomberaya. Bomberaya, 3 from 3 first up, 3 from 3 at the distance, 1 from 2 at the track, 1 from 1 at the track and distance. There's a lot to like about the stats.
100%. How good's this old mate out there whippersnippering at 7:30 in the morning? Thanks, Chief.
Hopefully we got the noise reduction.
Good start, mate. Good start.
Sorting that out. Yeah, I think just the fresh record speaks for itself.
Yep.
Jockey horse combo, 2 out of 4, down at 56 kilos. Gate 8, it will go to the front. So if there's not too much pressure, it'll have a big finish at $13 for Bomberaya. I think that is a nice bet.
Beautiful.
Based on stats.
Rightio. Race number 4. Race number 4. Well, I'll tell you what, the talk of the town and the money is disgusting.
Price.
For Stormboy at $1.16 on Sportsbet this morning.
Who the fuck would take this shit?
No one would, but we were at the millions the day that Stormboy ran, and you can see why.
Yeah, it ran 108 flat.
Like you can see,
that is Group 1 shit.
It is absolutely lightning. So you can understand why that this thing has won 3. Is it 3 or 4 on the trot? 3.
3.
So it's won 3 on the trot, and I tell you what, it was absolutely dynamite at the Magic Millions. Nothing when that came around that last bend with 300 and 400 to go, nothing was touching it, mate.
What do they fucking pay for it? Someone just paid multi millions for the fucking thing.
Yep.
From a breeding perspective.
Yeah, correct. So yeah,
it was a Coolmore. Hey, Coolmore, mate. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm not going to touch it at $1.16. I've got to give you a tip in this race, but it's probably a race that I will just sit back and watch.
Yeah.
But I think the only thing that can probably really honestly challenge it's going to be Prost. Yep. Prost is coming out of a last start win. It's been raced very, very sparingly, and I think it's the chance to really sort of take it. But I'll tell you what, if Stormboy puts speed on like it did at the millions, I think nothing will touch it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good man.
Prost. I don't know how you fucking say it.
Prost, mate. Prost. Like cheers in German. Prost.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, no, that's what I was saying at Oktoberfest all those years ago. Prost.
There you go. A bit of worldly wisdom there for you.
Yeah.
Look, I echo everything you're saying. Like, it's Stormboy probably wins, but it's like fucking what? $1.16? Yeah. Look, this is a 2-year-old race. Horses can turn up and not want to fucking race and play.
Of course. Of course. They're still juveniles, but.
I think Prost, $9. It's come in a little bit as well, so people are recognising it's got some ability.
Yep.
Going from 1,100 metres out to 1,200 metres, I think it'll only improve. Blowout chance. What did I put here? Make sure I've got the right one. Hasn't been scratched. No, President as a blowout chance, $26. McAvoy on for the Wally Yard. Go and watch this one finish off. It was quite strong in a race that was won, fast race, mind you, that was won by those that were up on speed. It absolutely powered from the back. If they go really, really fast, which you'd imagine they would with Stormboy in the race, who likes to go pretty fast, Serons might pressure Stormboy up front. I'm hoping that this runner does. I'm hoping he pressures the shit out of him. And I think President with McAvoy on, $26, I think he can run a race from the back if the speed's fast enough.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm excited for today. Some really great races out there. Beautiful weather, great tracks, and some nice horses getting around as we start to motor into the autumn and heading towards...
Exciting.
Oh, mate, and the winter.
Got to get out to the Brisbane Winter Carnival.
Yes, we do. The Brisbane Winter Carnival is going to be sensational. So, some big months ahead of us. As always, I'm going to give it to you. Gamble responsibly. Have some fun. Don't lose your life over it. Ty, any final words that you want to impart with us? A bit of wisdom?
Not much wisdom.
Little catchphrase, little sign-off quote?
No, just keep an eye on the page and follow along. Like
Yeah.
we've had some new members join us for March, and we'll be putting out some stuff to join up for next month as well. So follow along. Our members' wins will be going up. You'll see how much we're winning, which we always do.
Giddy up, giddy up.
Free tips. There'll be some free tips going out.
What a guy.
PB here is going to be running the Facebook page as well. So if there's those of you that like to follow on Facebook and join a community group, we're going to be encouraging those that follow along to put up their own tips and discuss selections and all that sort of stuff. And
Yep.
create a bit of a community there on Facebook. So all that stuff's going to be happening right throughout the rest of the year. So follow along, and if you want to join the membership, head to our website.
Yeah.
It's all there. Easy peasy.
Get in touch with our secretary, Ty, and he will,
I'll do my
come
best.
straight back to answer any of those questions that you might have.
There you go.
No worries. Enjoy, guys. We'll see you next week.